The sky was burning. The clouds red with twisted fire. Lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything. Like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil. Like a fire vortex.
Good evening, Rocket League fans. I have waited so long to be back in the booth with you guys. We are here kicking off SGL Season 9. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Rydog of Timbers Army. We have a full slate of action here tonight, and we can get into that just in a little bit. But we do have our first match that's going to be kicking off pretty much right now here at the top of the hour at 6 p.m. So I think we can just get right into it if our teams are ready. I think they are in the lobby. And tonight we're going to start with EM Big Dogs of FC Dallas and Axon Rose SC of the Portland Timbers. So just a little bit of background as we've got our guys joining the lobby here. These are two new teams in SGL. Axon Rose, of course, like being mentioned, from the Portland Timbers. My own Portland Timbers. I was super excited to get these guys into SGL, and you'll probably recognize one of the names there, A Goddamn Delight, as he featured in some of the few games back in the prior seasons. But now he's the captain of this team, and so we're super excited to get him back on the field. And of course, you might recognize some names on the El Matador side as well. Of Ponzi, I think, and Overtime Saint, who have appeared in a few matches as well in the past few seasons. So some new faces, some returning faces, and it should be a really good match tonight to kick us off. It's going to be pretty much a stalemate to start off. Here as we see A Goddamn Delight not getting the backboard read that he wants, as we see EM's first time on attack. It's going to be a center ball into the middle. Can Ponzi get there? Not quite. It's just going to kind of be some scrappiness playing here in the corner as EM once again on the attack. Here comes Skyline's going to put it back into the orange half onto the backboard, and it's going to fall straight down as Skyline finishes his own pass, and it's going to be a 1-0 lead for EM, or should I say Big Dogs FC. I don't know. I'm sure I'll go back and forth over the course of this series, but we'll see how Axon Rose respond. And of course, I'm going to try not to be biased towards these guys, of course, them being some really awesome friends of mine, as that ball is going to be a miss. Can Darkshade put this on target? He can, and the lead does not last very long for EM. What's going on here? It's going to be a pass into the middle, and Darkshade just right there. She's going to tap it in. Skyline couldn't get there in time. Like I said, that lead not lasting long for EM. And of course, these are, like I keep mentioning, these are new teams in SGL, so I'm excited to see kind of their baseline here in week one as we see Ponzi get a shot. It's going to be off the crossbar. It's going to be a good defensive challenge at the end from Axon Rose. Once again, EM prowling on the attack. Here comes Skyline again. Skyline to the skies. And the lead gets right back to EM. It's a really good pass from Ponzi off of the corner, and Skyline read it perfectly. He's going to put it down into the net for a 2-1 lead. And I mentioned, I'm super excited to see how both of these teams start their seasons. I know I can talk for the Axon Rose sides of things. This is one of the first times that they've actually gotten a whole squad together to play. I know a few of them have been playing quite a bit. As this net's going to be free, and Darkshade I don't think knew it at the time. Couldn't quite get it. He's going to try and get the high wall read. Couldn't quite get it. But I'm really looking to see A Goddamn Delight as a real captain role of this team. Of course, he is the captain of the squad, but really showing that on the field as well, having that SGL experience, and it's going to be super important for the team to do well, as we see Darkshade again popping this up. But so far so good from both teams, as we see a double commit there from Axon Rose SC, but it's not going to amount to anything at the moment. It's going to be a defensive clear out. There's been some really solid touches from both teams, of course. Just kind of settling into the series as we see some demos coming out of Axon Rose, as we see the Darkshade trying to get a 1v1 going against Ponzi. It's not going to work, as A goddamn Delight moves in. It's going to be popped up. It's going to be kind of a weird ball. Darkshade is there. Couldn't get the touch that he wanted. This ball is just kind of floating in the middle. And Delight still can't put this on target, but it's really good pressure from Axe and Rose, although all three of them are in the corner right now. Let's see if EM can capitalize. But any quick counterattacks are going to be stalled out by a goddamn Delight. But this is going to be a really, really good series so far. And if game one has any indication of how the rest of the series is going to go, I'm going to be very excited. There's going to be a demo coming out in the net. It's not going to amount to an immediate shot. But here comes Ponzi on the attack. He's going to get a flick over one. Can he get it past two? He can! Ponzi taking it himself and getting an insurance goal with 135 left. So an insurance goal late-ish in the match in game one. We'll see once again how Axe and Rose respond. Their attack has been really, really good so far. Lots of pressure, just nothing really amounting to that. It's going to be a really good dribble from Ponzi to get by one. But the rotations right now from EM are looking really, really good and really strong. So you start to see Axe and Rose on the goal line, trying to get some demos. Trying to get some bumps to get the defenders out of the way. There's going to be a little miscommunication there, but goddamn Delight's going to go up and not get the touch he wants. Did have the boost to get up there. It's going to be a really good 50 from overtime. Saying is there's going to be a pinch out from Ponzi. That goes all the way through, but once again, El Matador staying on the attack, kind of winding down this game as we see Ponzi not getting the drift challenge that he wants. This ball's gonna get doubled in the middle. Darkshade couldn't quite read it. That's a really good touch in the middle. But nothing doing for Axe and Rose just yet. You see Skyline being very, very patient. But that one's gonna be floated off the crossbar. Is there anybody up for Axe and Rose? A goddamn Delight was there, but couldn't quite get the read that he wanted. And there's gonna be a big clear from overtime Saint. Skyline's gonna try and put this on target, and there's a rotation back for Axe and Rose. But as the time winds down in game one, you see Ponzi there in the midfield, and they're going to have to go now and score with time on the clock, but I think that might do it for game one. It's going to be EM Big Dogs taking game one. But I think overall, just what a back and forth kind of game is you saw, you know, EM Big Dogs with a lot of pressure, and then you saw Axe and Rose with a lot of pressure, and so it's a really, really good start from both teams. Of course, EM getting one of the most important ones, most important stats, of course, being the score at the end of the day. So, but yeah, it's been the level of this game and this series has been really, really good so far. So I'm hoping this keeps up, as we're gonna see a substitution for EM Big Dogs and possibly Axe and Rose as well. Of course, this is week one, right? So we might see some iterations of lineups that, you know, just trying to get everybody game time and to see how everybody fits in. As we're going to see Cubba Dubs come in for Axe and Rose and Pico David come in for EM Big Dogs, and we'll see how that changes things over the course of the series. Nonetheless, yeah, it's going to be Ponzi who's the standout in game one. As we might need a lobby reset or something, maybe. Might be good to go. We'll just wait to see what we'll see what everybody's up to. We'll get them here in the second game shortly. But I do want to highlight on your screen right now, we have a lovely new graphics courtesy of Doughboy. So if we could get some hearts in the chat for Doughboy, and of course Maz behind the scenes as well. Thank you guys for doing all that you do. As we get into game number 2 between Axe and Rose and EM Big Dogs, it's going to be the substitutes. Who's going to make the bigger impact? As we see a Goddamn Delight taking it to the sidewall. Can he get followed up? He can. It's going to be Ponzi with a huge clear off the backboard. But yeah, Pico, David, and Cubba Dubs are the two substitutes, one for each team. Oh, is that one almost connecting? Like I said, this should be an interesting match too. We'll see who can make the adjustments better as Ponzi's going to kind of get this pinch. It's going to be on target. Overtime Saint is there to make the save. Also, I'm loving the Timbers cars with the log wheels and the little beret. I love that. As we see Cubba Dubs here getting some first action on the offensive end for Axe and Rose. Oh, as Pico David gets a ball into the middle. Is anybody up? It's going to be Cubba Dubs. Not quite there. It's going to be double commit though from Axe and Rose. All three of them are in the corner. We'll see if Big Dawgs can go on a counterattack as we see Overtime Saint over to Ponzi, but it's going to be on target in the end. Ponzi did get a boost steal as that ball just floats over the net from Overtime Saint. It's going to be a good pinch out. Oh, and a good pinch back in from EM, but Goddamn Delight there on the backboard to make sure nothing happens. And I'm loving both teams so far as that ball is going to be bouncing in the middle. Overtime Saint there to clear it as we see Cubba Dubs. It's actually going to be, we'll call it a fake. We'll call it a fake as Overtime Saint's going to play this in, and really good patience there from Goddamn Delight playing physical, as we all know and love. But it is going to be an open net for Overtime Saint. Not sure what the rotations were for Axe and Rose. Once again, similar to game one, we have EM Big Dawgs taking the lead, but that lead was very quickly evaporated. Axe and Rose SC definitely started to attack more and more, but as I say that, of course, I think it's going to be a double or if not a triple commit from Axe and Rose. Looks like a double commit. That's going to allow Ponzi to kind of clean up on aisle 2 as they take a 2-0 lead with just over 3 minutes to play. See another kickoff win from EM Big Dawgs. Let's see if Overtime Saint can add some more insurance goals. It's going to be a good save from Goddamn Delight in the end as he's going to take this to the ground. Can he get a 50 on Ponzi? He can. Is there anybody following up? It's going to be Cubba Dubs. It's going to go just wide in the end. That's a really good challenge for Pico David. Cubba Dubs there is going to be beaten by Overtime Saint. Let's see if Axe and Rose can kind of establish that same pressure that they had in game one. It looked really, really good at times, getting some demos, moving some players around and kind of forcing everybody to panic. Is, oh no, that's going to be a double commit. Is there going to be a rescuer? There is. It's going to be Cubba Dubs out of nowhere. Going to pass that over to Goddamn Delight. Here comes Cubba Dubs again. That one's going to float into the middle. Ponzi's going to clear. I think the demos are going to be really big for Axe and Rose, and they really haven't gotten a lot here in this game two. Only one. So we'll see if they can get that physicality back, and maybe that's due to the substitution, although I think Cubba Dubs has played pretty well coming in. And so, of course, we'll see how that plays out in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, under 2 minutes to go. Still a 2-0 lead for EM Big Dawgs as we see Goddamn Delight take this up off the backboard. Can Ponzi get the read? He can. It's going to go past Cubba Dubs. It's just going to be played out as Ponzi's going to pre-jump that pass. And a Goddamn Delight actually plays this into the middle. We'll call it a calculated pass. But unfortunately, there's just not that much offense for Goddamn Delight and crew, as that's going to be one of the first shots here in this game two from Axe and Rose. It's actually going to be their, I guess, their fourth, and I guess they're going to make their fifth count. The substitution, Cubba Dubs, is going to cut the lead in half with just over a minute left. Oh, Goddamn Delight, I know, is in voice chat mad. I know he's mad about that one. He sometimes hits those. He almost got it with his butt, but unfortunately for him it doesn't go in. But his teammates are there to clean up, and so maybe is that the start of something for Axe and Rose to get back in this game once again, just for a minute left. As we see that one pinch in the middle, it's gonna be super awkward for Overtime Saint. Cubba Dubs back in the middle, but nobody's there for Axe and Rose. So here we go. I just had to start talking about the offense, and it comes to life here late in this game too. You see clearance. Ponesy back into the middle. Ponesy gonna get the read. It's not gonna. I guess it was on target, but get the save. Goddamn Delight. Can he hit this one to a teammate? No, both teammates. Oh, both teammates go for Axe and Rose, but it's not gonna amount to anything. It's actually gonna be a double commit, and I think Goddamn Delight thought it was gonna be hit and pre-jumped the save, but unfortunately it's gonna go in off of his car in the end. I'm not sure what was going on there, or maybe he rushed a little bit, but nonetheless, it is gonna be that insurance goal back for EM Big Dogs here in this game 2. Once again, both teams have looked really, really good in the grand scheme of things. Just EM just having that goal scoring, that poacher's ability to put the ball in the net when they need to. As the time winds down in game 2, Axe and Rose have to do it with time on the clock, as we see Ponesy there, gonna play it across to Pico David. Can he get the ball on target? It's gonna be a beautiful save from Axe and Rose as overtime save comes in. That's off the crossbar. Goddamn Light's gonna play this out, and it's gonna just trickle, but it's not gonna have enough time to get down in the goal, and it's gonna be EM Big Dogs in game 2. They're gonna take a 2-0 series lead. But once again, guys, I don't know how you guys feeling in chat, but I feel like we're seeing some really good Rocket League coming out for week 1 of the season. And of course, I jumped into the Axe and Rose Discord and just told them, hey, good luck, guys, kick some butt. But remember, this is a baseline. This is a baseline. This is the first time you guys have played together on stream. You know, when it matters most, it's not ranked. It's a league match. And so they are outperforming my standards by any means. As we're going to see Dark Shade come back in for Wiggle, who was the all asterisks there name. We were trying to figure out who that was, and I'm glad we were able to do that. And we've got another sub in for EM Big Dogs. We've got Total Toad coming in for Ponesy. I'm not sure he's joined the lobby yet, but we'll make sure that Total Toad gets in there. Well, interesting to see how EM Big Dogs do without Ponesy. Ponesy is going to be the one subbed out, and he's kind of been the glue for this EM team, kind of doing everything that he needs to, whether it be just kind of sitting on the back line and absorbing some pressure, taking some saving some shots, or doing the actual offense, whether it be passing in the middle or scoring. So we'll see how that affects as we get into game 3. But we've got Skyline is Total Toad. Got it. Skyline, Pico David, Overtime Saint, Dark Shade, a goddamn Delighted Cubba Dubs here for game 3. It is a win. If it's a win for EM, they sweep the series, we are done. If not, we will have a game 4, and it starts out really, really good for EM as Skyline continues the game 1 trend of him scoring with another goal here in this game 3 off the kickoff. Hopefully it's not a really good challenge in the middle if you're an Axe and Rose fan. So an early lead for EM Big Dogs, and I know that just kind of kills your confidence, doesn't it? You know, you go back in between games and say, hey, these games are close, we're in these games, and you know, we can do this if we can get the first goal and kind of settle our nerves a little bit, as we see lots of pressure coming out from Axe and Rose, but they're going to leave the net open. Is that going to be in? It's going to be off the post, and it's going to be not a fun bounce, but who is up? It's Skyline. Can he get the double? No. Pico David coming through. It's going to be straight up and down, and goddamn Delight clears, and that's going to be pinched out really, really far, and it's going to allow Axe and Rose to reset at the end of the day. Yeah, Maz, I love what you put in chat. Yeah, this has been really, really good. And for debut, as far as debut teams are concerned, you know, we maybe seeing some chemistry things. As camera, can we please switch? Thank you. As Dark Shade spawned back in, but yeah, once again, it's just been a lot of pressure from EM, and I think that just has to do with Axe and Rose. Just when they play their clears, they're just playing the clears downfield. They're not really, you know, playing for open space or even trying to find each other. It's really just, can we just get a clearance? So I think that's the next step for them over the course of this game 3, and of course over the course of the season, as Cub Dubs gets a ball over Overtime Saint and gets the boost, but it's going to be a clear out from Skyline. Don't relieve any immediate pressures. Also too, if a clearance like that, if a goddamn Delight can get a demo like that, it's a really good touch from Pico David. Oh, ball back in. I think a goddamn Delight was just flipping out of net and trying to rotate as this ball's gonna bounce. Ah, what a save from Darkshade. That ball was bouncing off the corner of the crossbar and post and ends up staying out as we see Skyline. Can he get a double? Gets the double, but it's not gonna be on target. It's a little bit panicky right now for Max and Rose. So they're gonna need to get this ball out as the boost looks to be in huge control of EM as again they get another clear. So there's gonna be a bump for Pico David. That actually works out really well as Skyline doesn't have any boosts. It's gonna play up the field. Yeah, Max and Rose can get these clears on target just like that. Is that it? It is. It's a goddamn Delight on the scoreboard. And Axe and Rose get the goal back to level us up. I was just saying that they need to get these clears on target. If they can get these clears off target and these beats off target, a lot of crazy things can happen. So it's a really, really good goal back for them and definitely a goal that they need. But here comes EM once again and off the kickoff. It's going to be overtime Saint off the crossbar. That's 2 kickoff goals in game 3. Honestly, that looks like Darkshade maybe got a touch. It's like a ghost touch on the replay, at least on my end. That's what it looked like, but nonetheless, all that hard work that Action Road did unfortunately is canceled out by that kickoff goal, but see how they respond again. They can do it. They did it once. They can do it again as we see Darkshade going up the sidewall. Really good play from him as we get some physical play out. Here comes the goddamn Delight's gonna pass that down, but not gonna find anybody in the end. It's gonna be another double commit. Can Overtime Saint put this on target? He can, but goddamn Delight races back in time. Overtime Saint once again plays this in the middle. It's really good. Overtime Saint has had no boost this whole time. It's gonna maybe steal the corner, but it's done a really good job of kind of keeping the pressure down here and not allowing Axe and Rose to get it clear. Pico David might not have a lot of touches on the ball, but has some physical play. As we see Darkshade, can he connect? No, it's going to be, of course, an awkward touch at a Skyline, but the second touch from Skyline is really good. Here comes Pico David, as I call his name, gets a clear into the corner. As that ball, is that going to be on target? It is Skyline, the goal-scoring machine for EM, does it again. It's going to be another insurance goal for the FC Dallas squad. Also, I do want to point out on my screen, I got 22 viewers. Thank you all for tuning in to our SGL Season 9 opener. As we see Overtime Saint hit the crossbar. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time, unfortunately for him, that he's hit the crossbar. But we'll just call it Week 1 nerves. Kind of get into this season. As we see Skyline backflip a little bit. That's God's way of saying that he needs to stay on the ground. There's a lot of stuff going on my screen. Not a lot of hitting the ball though. See, once again, EM on the attack as Cub Dubs is going to put this one up in the middle. Goddamn Delight is going to clear this out and go for a boost steal. We'll see how his teammates can respond. Is this ball going to be on target? No, it's going to be wide. We'll call it good patience from Cub Dubs. Not panicking. As we see a what in the world was that? It's a, we'll call it a clearance. Out and what a pass! Can they connect? No! Darkshade over to Cub Dubs did not connect. So that's a really good idea. Goddamn Delight's gonna put that one back in the middle, and once again, nothing connecting now. That's gonna be a really good challenge from Darkshade. Once again, this net is open. There's not a lot of boost on the Axe and Rose side. Overtime Saint, can he get this one on target? It is, but once again, the leader, goddamn Delight, just being the leader that he is, cleaning up back there. But once again, as my bias goes, I'm really, really proud of this Axe and Rose team. They look really, really good. I'm super excited to see how they continue to do this. They're going to be a pass across, and it's going to be in! Darkshade, what a pass from a goddamn Delight in the corner. As I wish oh, there we go. There's the camera switch. Oh, what a pass. There's 15 seconds left. They still have a chance to extend this game into overtime and hopefully extend their series to a game 4. If they have 15 seconds, they got to make quick work of this. You see Skyline. And Darkshade, that's going to go off the crossbar for Cub Dubs. Is that going to be on target? Oh, what a save from Skyline off the line. Cub Dubs is going to have to turn on this now. Overtime Saint 50s it into the air. The ball just has to drop for EM, and it does. Man, those last few seconds were a little bit stressful. But nonetheless, it's going to be EM Big Dogs getting the sweep over Axe and Rose. What a series. What a way to open up SGL Season 9. Unbelievable stuff. As we see, I mean, if you're talking MVPs for the series, I mean, I think you got to go goddamn delight for the Action Rose side of things, but it's got to be a toss up between Ponzi and Skyline. I'm going to give it to Skyline. I think I said his name quite a bit, and so he's going to be one to watch out for as the rest of the season goes on. But GG's all around. Once again, what a start to this SGL Season 9 from these two teams. Yeah, Maz puts it in chat. A sweep feels really unfair. I agree. I think Action Rose played really, really well. And like I said, I might be a little biased saying that, but I hopefully you guys can agree in chat that they looked really, really good. Especially, I'm gonna call out a goddamn delight because he's been on Timbers Army Rocket League's roster for now the past 2 seasons, and I've repeatedly told him, I've repeatedly told the stream and everything that he hasn't gotten the game time that I've wanted him to get just because of how good the SGL community is, and I just didn't feel comfortable putting him into lobbies where he might get nothing out of it. But now that he's in this, getting more game time, he's been practicing a whole bunch like usual. He's looked really, really, really good, and I'm so super pleased with his progression over the course of the SGL seasons that we had him on his roster, and even during this game one, he's looked really, really good. And truthfully, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for how that team progresses, and of course, I will be kind of inside the circle, if you will, on how that team progresses. But of course, credit to EM Big Dogs. They looked really, really great. Ponzi and Skylines looked fantastic, and they're definitely, that duo is going to be definitely a force to be reckoned with there uh, in the SGL championship. But yeah, let's get the schedule. We've got we've got some more games for you happening. Doughboy, if we want to pop that on the screen. Thank you, sir. As of course we had that one match finish up there at the top, but coming up next here in just a few minutes, we're gonna have, switching on over to the left side of the screen there, we've got Rebellion and El Matador in our Premier Division. So, of course, EM winning the championship last season, the defending champions of SGL are taking on New England and Rebellion. That should be a really, really good series. So we are we'll get ready to kick that one off shortly. But once again, I want to give huge props to both EM Big Dogs and Axe and Rose. But as we kind of have a pause in our action, Doughboy, I want to keep this screen up. So I don't know if you're doing anything funky, but I want to keep this screen up and just kind of give you the rundown of the week one schedule, the remaining schedule. We have locals there starting on the left. Locals and Timbers Army, my team. We are going to be playing. That's going to be on Thursday. You can see at 11 p.m. Those times are Eastern time. Those times are Eastern time. So it's going to be 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. There for that one. And then the ECRC KC Cauldron series is yet to be scheduled. Stay tuned in the SGL Discord for that one. So no worries there. And of course, yep, we just had EM Big Dogs and Axe and Rose. If you are just joining us, a sweep feels really, really unfair, as Maz said in chat, but credit to EM. They looked really, really good. And then, of course, we do have our nightcap of tonight after our Rebellion El Matador series. EC Defiance and Los Verdes, a highly anticipated rematch from last season. If you guys remember, those guys going back and forth, and I know Los Verdes wants some revenge, but I might be slightly biased there. I do love the EC Defiance boys there. As much as I hate Seattle, being a Portland fan, they're really nice people. So I'm excited for that. And then of course we've got the black and gold old timers of LAFC taking on Steel Army and of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds of USL. That one is also yet to be scheduled. So stay tuned in the Discord for that. Nelly was good. Yeah, we are absolutely so back. Unfortunately, I think you were still at work, but you missed a banger series with a goddamn Delight and crew. They looked. I know this. It says a sweep on there, Nelly, but didn't feel like a sweep. They played really really well. So we should be excited as Timbers supporters to see how they do the rest of the season. But um, perfect, great. Thank you for giving me the lobby creds. I'm gonna head myself into the lobby. As we're gonna get this match underway here in just a second. Oh wow, we have like a pre-match screen. Doughboy, my goat, love it. But yeah, I definitely want to highlight this match. EM and Rebellion, of course, like I mentioned before, EM, the champions of Season 8. I mean, I think if you ask almost all of the members of SGL, I think they would point to EM as the best team in the league, and they definitely proved that over the course of the playoffs, winning the entire thing. And Rebellion of the New England Revolution, they're a fun team. They're a fun team. I love their team. We got Pipe Shot Gogan, we got Shorts, Polar, Triple C's, the whole gang. Those guys are amazing folks. And so I can't wait to see how they fare. We'll see how EM does, of course, defending their title. I mean, if I have predictions for this game, I think I have to go with EM just because I haven't seen anything otherwise that would lead me to believe that they can't win this match. But like I said, Rebellion is one of those sneaky teams where they might cause some damage. As okay, we have some teams in. I'm actually gonna put myself in the lobby real quick, and hopefully I spelled everything correct. Boom, perfect. Sweet. I am in the lobby. Cool. We're just waiting for the players to join the lobby, but we'll be there just fairly soon. As I see Luis booting up Rocket League now. He's on his way, guys. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But guys, thank you all for tuning in to our week 1 matches. This was kind of a little bit last minute as we're just kind of kicking off, of course, the season and the week in general. I think, you know, having 3 games on Tuesday just shows you just people wanted to be back. I know I wanted to be back. I was super excited to get this rolling again. And as soon as the schedule was announced, I created the match thread and was like, locals, let's get this rolling. You know, I'm super excited to get going. And so I think we've got everybody in the lobby, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think we're gonna get ready to get going here. So my production crew wants to give the thumbs up when they're ready. We can get this match underway. As far as like kind of breakout players, you know, I think I'm leaning towards Luis because I think, let's see, who's EM's team. We've got Luis, Wicca, and Kiwi is what we got for EM. Wicca being a new player, I think we've known Kiwi and Luis from last season, how good they are. We'll see how Wicca does in his first game, and of course the familiar 3 of Rebellion. Although faintly here, I'm not sure if he's new. I'm sure I'll get some. Oh, faintly here is Polar. All right. Yeah, so the familiar 3 for Rebellion. Polar being the absolute GOAT Valorant player that he is. Definitely check out his streams for if you're into the Valorant scene. But yeah, so we've got Shorts. We'll call him Polar. I mean faintly here, whatever. And Pipe Shot Gogan for Rebellion, but we see a little bit of a stalemate so far as Kiwi's going to get a shot on target. Can Pipe Shot Gogan get there? He can't. Gogan, what a save off the top corner as we start to see the physical play coming out from EM. Tactical backflip. There's a good bump there. Yeah, I'm really looking to see how this new EM team does, of course, with the addition of Wicca. Wicca's looked good so far, and of course, the small sample size of 1 minute. once again, Rebellion is one of those sneaky teams, and I don't want to call it a rivalry yet because it's quite not, but these two teams met in the SGL Season 8 playoffs last year in round 1, and I know the score ended up being a sweep, but I think you can ask even the EM players as well that it just didn't feel like a sweep. Rebellion keeping the games close. Really, that 4-0 scoreline just really isn't indicative of how they play, as we see Luis playing it over to Kiwi to get the shot. It's going to go wide in the end. As Short's going to get across the other end. No, Luis is going to rush back in time. It's going to be a demo from Wicca faintly here. Can he get there? Is it going to go in? It is. Luis is going to start Season 9 how he ended Season 8. Scoring goals for EM. Yeah, that's a really good beat from Luis, and just gonna nestle into that far, I guess, right-hand corner, our left-hand corner, from the commentator's perspective. As we see, we'll call it a fake kickoff. Didn't quite go the way of EM, as Shorts is gonna get Rebellion on the board. Yeah, I think it's just a slow kickoff from Shorts, and Wicca, I think, was playing the 50 and just completely whiffed. So all that hard work that EM did to get the first goal is going to be just canceled out by Rebellion on the kickoff. Also, shout out Kiwi having the New Zealand decal to play on his name. I absolutely love that. So shout out Kiwi for that. I'm also surprised that Rebellion usually match. So I don't know what's going on here, guys, as we see Luis finding that same bottom right-hand corner again to give the lead back to EM. I'm really surprised we really haven't seen the physical play come out from Rebellion just yet. I think if you're an old-timer here in SGL, you remember Rebellion as just being a physical team. It gets up in your face, and just like that, just kind of the short rotations, and we'll try to do all that as Polar's gonna play it across to Gogan. And Gogan is gonna get his first goal of the campaign after a beautiful, we'll call it a fake challenge on the sidewall from Polar. Oh, Polar's permanently changed his name to Faintly here. Interesting. Okay, I guess I gotta start calling him that now. But, yeah, Mass, I agree. This is going to be a good series. I don't think people understand, and like I mentioned, last season, these teams met in the playoffs, and it was a 4-0 sweep for EM, and of course, they ended up winning the whole thing, but it just doesn't feel like that. It just doesn't feel like that. And if I have one piece of advice for Rebellion, it's to just protect that bottom right-hand corner, as Wicca finds it this time with an unbelievable shot. Unbelievable. As the lead goes right back to EM, so we're just trading blows here in game number 1. But Wicca's looked really good, to be fair. I think this EM roster is looking really, really good. As Kiwi now is going to get on the score sheet, and I think that means everybody from EM has now scored a goal in this game, and they finally have not hit that bottom right-hand corner. We'll see how Rebellion respond, but this is not what you want. Luis in the air gets bumped by Faintly here. Very, very good challenge as Kiwi's gonna place one in the corner in Shorts right there in the meantime. And I don't know if somebody can comment in chat. Have the Rebellion boys been playing? I know Luis is on the game constantly, and I'm sure Kiwi is as well. I'm not sure about Wicca, but are the Rebellion boys on quite a bit? Because they're looking pretty solid for week 1. As that pass is going to come down from Faintly here, it's going to be a ultimately easy save for Luis in the end. Is this going to be passed down, but cleared away by Luis again? That's Wicca. I see the demo attempt as Luis here's going to play this across, and I think it might be an own goal. There was a lot of smoke in the way. But Luis is going to play this across, and it's just going to be in a super dangerous position. Of course, we have the same point of view, so we will never know who actually scored that. Maz is telling me that they have been playing regularly. Very, very good. But frankly, they look pretty good. I mean, this EM team looks exactly how they left it at the end of last season, which I, of course, would expect. But seeing this Rebellion team, especially Gogan. Gogan's looked really, really good. For any of the SGL old-timers in chat, I wonder if you can agree with me. But he's looked really, really good. Gogan's going to get a demo. It's going to be popped up by Wicca. Can he follow it up? Doesn't have the boost for it. But Kiwi's going to be there to follow it home for 6th goal for EM. And I say this as a potential opponent, or definitely an opponent for EM at one point. When one person's having we'll call it a quote-unquote rough day, the others always step up. And that is what is so good about this EM team, is that you can silence Luis, right? Everybody talks about Luis being, you know, potentially the offensive player of the year for Season 8. And then he has support cast of Kiwi, who also has 2 goals, right? And then you've got the addition of Wicca, who's got a goal to his name and 2 assists. And so you just look all over this EM roster and you just don't see a weak spot right now. As we see, Luis gonna go for a really cool shot. Doesn't work out in the end, but with 12 seconds left, I think that is gonna be the end of game number 1. It's gonna go in the way of EM. 6-2. I think the scoreline might not super be indicative of how this game went. I think it was even for the most part. I think there was just maybe a moment or a minute, if you will, of Rebellion just kind of letting their guard down a little bit. And unfortunately for this, when you're playing against EM, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And it looks like we're gonna have a sub for EM. It's gonna be Horseboy in for Luis, and I'm not sure. Get official confirmation on names in a second. But once again, yeah, Gogan looks really, really good. I think he's improved quite a bit. Of course, being the top of the leaderboard there for the Rebellion. Once again, the Rebellion, I don't think looked that poor. I think Polar maybe only having 180 points and being at the bottom there is a bit surprising, but I guess, sorry, faintly here, excuse me. He's just one of those players that, how do I describe it? Like, he'll be at the bottom of the leaderboard, but you'll say his name a lot. And so I think he does a lot of the things that just don't come up on the score sheet quite a bit. So we'll see how Rebellion can improve going into this game too. And we do have confirmation of the sub. It's going to be Caesar in for Luis. So the dynamic duo of Caesar and Luis actually replacing each other going into this game too. And it sounds like we're not going to have any subs for the Rebellion. So here we go. Game 2. Can Caesar replicate the performance of Luis, or we'll see if Rebellion can bounce back in this game 2. As here we go. 3, 2, 1. Skitty boop bop. We're into game 2. You see Kiwi and Caesar already connecting. It's going to be a really good pass in the end, but the Rebellion defense is there, and Kiwi doesn't have any boosts to get to this, but Shorts is going to be there on the backboard to clean up. As we see faintly here, trying to get it clear, but once again, it's going to be EM on the attack as Wicca plays over to Caesar to Kiwi. This is looking really, really good for EM. They almost look better without Luis. As much as I love Luis, the passing is looking really, really good. This ball has not exited the blue half. So that is something to watch out for if you are a Rebellion fan. As here comes Caesar down the other end. Doesn't have a lot of boost. It's going to get a shot. It's going to go wide in the end, but it's going to go straight to Kiwi. Kiwi going to pop this up in the middle. Wicca's up. Wicca down into the corner, but it's going to be saved by Faintly here. Shorts the quick counterattack on the other end. And it's going to be a team bump from EM, and it's going to allow Shorts to follow up on his own pass. I don't know if Caesar's lagging or what's going on, but he did not look like he was heading the right way. Oh, we're getting server issues. We might have to reset the server after this game. I'm not sure why Rocket League can't update their servers, but I digress. As we see Caesar there, gonna follow up his own touch and play it into the corner. Shorts is back though. It's gonna be a really big 50 from Wicca, and Caesar just happened to be right there. What a dunk from Wicca. That's a crazy dunk on Shorts. Not really anything Shorts can do about it. Shorts, I really like that decal, man. That's looking good. I might need that for, you know, the Rose City and all that stuff. I don't know how to get that. Here comes Faintly here. Wicca's going to challenge him in the air. It's going to be a double commit coming out from Rebellion. See if that does anything, and that ball's going to go in. It's Shorts doubling up on his goal tally. And getting the lead right back for Rebellion. It's going to be going on here. All three Rebellion players were there on the 18. One of them was bound to finish it. And ended up doing that. As we get to the forfeit time. 3:30, and Rebellion are going to take the lead going into this latter stages of the game. And frankly, EM looked really good to come out of the gates, but Rebellion do have the advantage in goals. Here comes Caesar, 16x. Can he get the dunk? You betcha. Caesar, 16x. Playing basketball out here. I was gonna make like a he's looking like Luka Doncic joke, but that might be too soon for Dallas fans, so my apologies. So once again, this game is going back and forth. As Shogun not getting the shot on target, but it's gonna be Shorts again. Can Shorts follow this up? No. Caesar's gonna get a really good clear. It's gonna go out to Wicca, but mainly here back just in time. Here comes Caesar once again with no boost. Gets the 50, but here comes Pipe. Gosh, oh, Gogan, what a pass into the middle. That one's going to be pinched across, and Caesar's going to try and keep this one on his hood. Shorts keeping the pressure up for Rebellion. This is looking really good. Gogan, again, another really good touch. As that one just going to ping off his car and end up going into Kiwi's lap. Kiwi's going to bring this up. Does he have the boost? No. Gogan's looking really, really good, guys. Gogan is looking really, really good. I'm pleased with his progression from last season to this season. Caesar's going to kind of keep this one in the middle. Mainly here is going to play this one to the side and allows Wicca to kind of play this one back in the middle. But it's going to be a game of boost for Rebellion as they don't have much. Once again, it's just Caesar winning these challenges in the midfield and allowing Rebellion to not get the attacks that they want. Shorts, again, this is going to be it's actually a really good pass in the end, but I don't think Faintly here wanted to commit to that, as we see Caesar just being the last defender for Rebellion there. I'm not sure who that was based off by camera angle. It looks like it was Faintly here, and it's a really good fake from Caesar. And I think maybe Faintly here got scared. There was a bump attempt going on. Unless it's going to be EM with the lead. And once again, guys, this is a best of 5. So if EM do win this game, they are going to be on series point. We'll see if Rebellion have anything to say about that. Shorts ball unfortunately misses the boost there. That is not going to be good for the grand scheme of things, as we see also Gogan not having boost. It's going to get a clear. It's going to go right to Caesar. Wicca plays Caesar. Oh, I think it looked like a little pre-jump attempt from Caesar as he was trying to rotate. Nonetheless, here we go. Rebellion back on the attack. Gogan versus Wicca. It's going to be a 50. It's going to be, we'll say Wicca won that 50. As again, the Rebellion need a goal to really stay in this series. As Shorts is it in. He's been the offensive prowl for Rebellion. He's the one with the goals. Hopefully we can see that. That's going to be a flying save from Gogan. Caesar, can he get this one on target? No, Wicca's right there, and that shot is also turned aside. But yeah, once again, the boost game right now for EM is just unmatched. So that's why they're able to just stay on the attack so much, as Faintly here gets bumped out of the way. Kiwi keeping the attack rolling, and these clears for Rebellion are just going straight to EM members, as Caesar 16 once again. I think the Lakers should have traded for him, because he's out here playing basketball. Another dunk there, 50 challenge, 91 miles an hour. 91 miles an hour. Gets the insurance goal for EM. We'll see how that plays out in the last 30 seconds here. Rebellion need to score with time on the clock to avoid a 2-0 series deficit. As we see Wicca trying to get another insurance goal, but it's going to go right at the end. Is Gogan with another good save. He's just playing this up. That's going to fall slowly back down to earth. Caesar once again is looking for that infield pass, and sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Caesar steals the boost. It's going to go up and down off the backboard, but like I said, Rebellion have to go, and they have to go now. Kiwi's going to keep this in. Caesar right there. That might just do it for game number 2. EM, once again, starting how they left off in Season 8 with a 2-0 series lead. As I'm getting informed from my sources that we're going to have a sub for Rebellion. It's going to be triple C's in for Gogan. And it looks like we're going to do a lobby reset, so we'll be right back. But I think I commented at the beginning of Game 2 how the subs were going to play for, I guess, each team, but mainly for EM, as they were the ones to have a sub with Caesar in for Luis. And Caesar answered the call. 4 goals on 5 shots. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And of course, Shorts there for Rebellion, just having the offensive presence for them. And that's like I said, that's just weird to see, because you normally see Polar, get up in the attack and have some flippy spinnies, as they're called. Gogan has looked really good on the defensive end, only accredited for 2 saves, but I think he's been much more effective than that. As we're going to get back into the lobby after we do a server reset. But we will get these guys back in. But chat, let me know what you think. How are both these teams looking? If you're chatting with Rebellion right now, if you're in their comms, what are you saying to them right now? What are you saying to them right now? But yeah, let's get into it. Let's do this. Game 3. Here we go. If EM wins, they sweep. If Rebellion wins, we continue on. Once again, this Game 3 is just starting out with EM on the attack. I think we see the same starting 3. Yes, the same starting 3 for EM. It's just the one change for the Rebellion in triple C's. And it's an interesting dynamic, I think, as we see a demo on triple C's from Wicca. You're down 2-0 in the series. Do you really want to kind of mess up the team chem that you've had growing for 2 games? It's interesting to see the tactics, but once again, I'm going to shout out Gogan. He played really, really well in those first 2 games. As now we start to see the ball finally on the orange side of the field, just for even a little bit, as we see Wicca getting a dunk. Not mainly here, but can amount to anything in the end. As triple C's is going to go for demos and bumps, and maybe that's what Rebellion was missing. His Shorts is going to continue his attacking prowess and give Rebellion the lead. But yeah, man, am I afraid of triple C's? Let me tell you, he might be a nice guy and is a nice guy on Discord, but man, in the server, man, he will bump you, he will demo you, he will get in your face. That is going to be the first time Rebellion have opened the games with a goal, with the lead. So we'll see. Or no, maybe they did that in Game 2. They did that in Game 2. My apologies. But nonetheless, we'll see how they can keep this lead. We'll see how EM responds. Of course, they haven't played poorly. I mean, Caesar's been the man of the hour. Kiwi's going to get a pass from him, and that's perfect. That was perfect. Caesar to Kiwi. tried to read this? Oh, it was triple C's, unfortunately. Couldn't quite get the read off the pass, and that lead does not last very long for Rebellion. EM on the board. This Kiwi now is going to try and set up Caesar. Caesar went flying. Unfortunately, didn't get the touch he wanted. As we see faintly here, they're trying to, again, spark the attack for Rebellion, as that ball's just going to go wide from triple C's. Swords, shot on target. Caesar, can he get it? I don't know what's going on. You see a demo come out from triple C's once again. I think that might be the play for Rebellion. If they cannot overcommit and just get some demos from triple C, that might be the key to success here to get back in this series. As we see Wicca not sure which way to turn, but nonetheless gets the read off the backboard. As you see triple C's playing it down, just Caesar easy clear for him. And he'll get the 50 out. Just gonna go right to Shorts. Shorts. Caesar playing a back pass. Oh, faintly here. If he would have got a bumper demo, that's probably a goal for the Rebellion. Here comes triple C's on the sidewall. Not having a lot of boost. Doesn't get the read he wants. So again, this is looking a lot better for the Rebellion. I think last game they really didn't have a lot of offensive power after those goals in the beginning. So this is looking a lot better. They have a lot more pressure as we see Wicca again trying to play the ball to the corner. Kiwi's gonna get it. Caesar's gonna put this one wide. Shorts with a big clear. Can faintly here beat Wicca? No. Wicca wins the ball in the middle. Caesar doesn't have the boost to get the double. I know he wanted boost and wanted that double really bad, but nonetheless, here comes EM on the attack. It's gonna be a dunk from Caesar. It's gonna be a bump from faintly here. Kiwi comes in, but it's gonna be saved out. Yeah, once again, EM just establishing themselves in the attack. We do see a clear. It's going to be a fake challenge from faintly here. Triple C's is up, gets a shot. It's going to go off a Kiwi into the sidewall. It was a really good offensive spell from EM, but we'll see how that changes going into the latter half of the game. It's just going to be a big clear from faintly here. Shorts is going to take the midfield boost. It's going to be a pinch. Is that in? No, it's going to be just wide. A duo from EM. Is this going to be a demo? It's going to be super awkward. I don't think Caesar was reading that in time, but once again, it's just non-stop pressure from this EM team. Every time you think there's a clear, it's just another EM member right there, always willing and always there to dunk as Wicca's going to play this one. It's going to go on target. Faintly here is going to be there. Once again, Caesar right there to meet the challenge. Kiwi, no immediate challenge. Just going to find that bottom right-hand corner. And the lead goes to EM. Oh, I don't even think Shorts is in a bad position there. It's just a really, really good shot from EM. Kiwi coming alive in this game 3. It's like EM does not want to go to a game 4 and send this into extra games. See Wicca playing the ball over to the side. Here comes faintly here. That one's going to be on target. And Caesar does not get the read. I don't think Caesar had any boost. It's going to be faintly here. That might be his first goal of the series, if I'm not mistaken. And it's at a crucial, crucial time for the Rebellion. Yeah, Caesar didn't have any boost and kind of pre-jumped it a little bit. And so when he flipped, he just didn't get the angle of his car to hit the ball out in time. Shout out Spanky. Welcome Spanky. Welcome Spanky. Thanks for being here. We've got a really, really good game 3 on our hands, Spanky. So, glad that you're here. It's triple C's. That's not gonna. Oh, and a T-bump. It's not gonna set the Rebellion up for success, but it's gonna be a bump from triple C's, or a demo rather. It's gonna stall any immediate counterattack. But here comes Caesar. Caesar, can he play the ball in the midfield? No. It's gonna be a shot from Kiwi. It's high and floated. It's gonna go past the first person, but Shorts is there in the meantime, and we do have our first overtime of SGL Season 9 between the Rebellion and EM. Once again, if EM scores, this series is over, but if Rebellion can claw their way back, we will have a game 4 on our hands. I can't do math. As we see Wicca up in the air, doing some flippy spinnies, getting the dunk. Holy crap, that's close. Kiwi is there to finish it off. And EM, both EM teams are gonna get sweeps on the first day of SGL. What a game and what a series. Once again, I think other than just that minute lapse from the Rebellion, they kept the series close. Like I said, they had one bad minute, and that was in that 6-2 game for EM. But nonetheless, what a game and what a series, and that just shows you how close these teams are in SGL and how on it you have to be every single time. Nonetheless, like I said, what a performance from Kiwi. 679, a hat trick on 7 shots. And that's what I was saying earlier about EM, man. Caesar having all the goals last game, right? Had, I think, over 700 point score. And this game, it's Kiwi who steps up and kind of gets a majority of the points, and of course the 3 goals in their win. But I want to highlight Wicca. Wicca, the new player on this EM team, really good start to his EM career. Nothing flashy, nothing super crazy, but I really think that you don't need to be flashy. You don't need that's the third player in the EM rotation, is you don't need to have that flash. You've already got Luis, you've got Caesar, you've got Kiwi, right? You've got these players that can bring the flash, and you just need to the glue to be all together. And so, of course, congratulations to EM. But I think if you're the Rebellion, you don't hang your head down. I think that's a really good way to start the season. Of course, score wise, maybe not. Points wise, maybe not. But Gogan looked really good. I think if Faintly here can get back to his form, I think they look really good. Shorts, of course, looked really good. And Triple C's coming in that last game and making an impact with bumps and demos when needed. So once again, I think you keep your head high if you're Rebellion, and just the EM team is that good. And honestly, to get them to start off your SGL Season 9 campaign is a little bit tough. But the best part about being done with games is you get to have some interviews. And so I think we're going to have some interviews. We're going to bring in Mr. Kiwi from EM, of course, from that 3-0 sweep of Rebellion. Kiwi, how are you doing? How are you feeling after that sweep?
Good, man. Feeling good.
Talk to me about Wicca, man. He's the new guy on the block. His first SGL series. Talk to me about how you guys have incorporated him into your lineup.
Well, to be honest, that was my first time playing with him. Um, Funny enough, before this, I was warming up in competitive, and who is on the opponent side, and it's Wicca. So I actually played Wicca as an opponent before playing with him as a teammate.
That's funny. That's funny. Was he already on the squad at that point, and you
Yeah,
just
no, yeah, that
kind of?
was just now. That was like 2 hours ago that happened, and then we
Oh,
partied up
jeez.
and we played some games. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
No, yeah, super solid. Like, I can trust him. Don't got to worry about him. Comms are good. Vibes are good. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for the rest of the season to play out.
Yeah, I mean, you guys looked good. Obviously, you're coming off of that SGL Season 8 championship. Without giving too much away, talk to me about like the expectations for you and the squad going into this next season. Of course, we have a completely different format. With different teams, different rosters. And of course, for the SGL folks at home, we'll get into that, I'm sure, a little bit later. But Kiwi, talk to me about like your expectations for the season, maybe personally, along with the team as well.
Definitely want to run it back. We're definitely gunning to be champions again, defend the title. Um, you know, Getting Wicca and having some other guys, and just, yeah, trying to get that championship back, defend it, play our game, do what we do. Um, Personally, I think I'd like to have a better stat performance since I didn't get to actually play the full last season, being recruited in the middle of it all. So I'm excited to see how I finish. myself. So that's really where my head's at, and I think the rest of us we're all on the same page as far as we all have the mentality that we're gonna defend the title and we're gonna run it back.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I mean, look, of course, I can't remember everything about season 8, but yeah, I feel like you featured in a lot of games for EM, and honestly, I think you played well, and I think you even played even better than last season tonight. And I mean, just highlighting that game 3 performance with the hat trick. I mean, 7 shots, 679 points. I mean, you're well on your way, sir, to getting the better stats if you can continue that play up. I think the question that we were kind of all wondering in chat, and if you weren't, you might be new to the stream. Uh, Mr. Kuv, do we have an update on Mr. Kuv and his role? Is he on the team? Is he on the big dogs team? Because we miss
Oh
Kuv.
no, Kuv will be featuring in El Matador for sure at some point. Today he was busy, wasn't available, but yeah, he's with us. He's on our squad, and I'm sure he's gonna when he's available, he's gonna get a game. He's gonna get some games in.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I think as SGL OG, we miss him, and it sucks he couldn't play tonight. But of course, you guys didn't need him. You guys took care of business. But Caesar, yeah, shout out Koof. He's on a 2-way. Super excited to see him show up at some point. But Kiwi, yeah, I think that's all we got at the moment. But I wanted to give you the floor before we let you go.
Just shout out to all the guys in SGL, all my teammates, all the guys behind the scenes. Thanks for always handling streams, and shout out this beautiful overlay we got. That's really good work, man. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Kiwi. Well, have yourself a good night. Again, congrats on the sweep, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, man. Good night.
Night. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out Doughboy again. Let's get some claps or some hearts or something for Doughboy for the stream overlay. It looks lovely. Um and so yeah, good job Doughboy. We love you bringing the professionalism and the awesome looking graphics to SGL. But we're also going to have one more interview it sounds like coming through from EM Big Dogs. It's going to be Overtime Saint. It might seem like a while ago, but EM Big Dogs getting a 3-0 sweep over Axon Rose SC. That was our first series that we had tonight. But yeah, we will drag him in whenever he is ready to go. But yeah, once again, just recapping kind of the day as I mentioned. We had Axon Rose SC, the new team from the Portland Timbers, take on EM Big Dogs, a newly formed team from EM. They battled, and honestly, that was a close series too. EM Big Dogs getting the sweep, but it really didn't really feel like a sweep. In if you watch the series in the grand scheme of things. So, but obviously both teams looked really good. EM Big Dogs looked a little bit better, and of course the match we just had, uh, EM the original team, I'll call them, taking on Rebellion, and EM getting the sweep there in 3 games. But we're gonna bring in Mr. Overtime Saint
Hello,
from
hello.
EM Big Dogs. Congrats on the sweep, big man. How are you feeling?
Honestly, you know what? There was a great match. Me personally, I think it called for an occasion. It's time for me to open up a nice can of sparkling water and just chug a little bit.
Oh, I heard something.
Uh, oh yeah, don't worry. Today was a lemon lime Waterloo, but
Okay.
honestly, that was a great match. Chronologically, we started off. We want to get some training. Let's get some chemistry because we didn't really get to play that much together, all things considered, before the match. But we played a little. We Toad, or I guess in the game Skyline. Um, we saw how he played, and then we are like, you know what? Despite him being on the injury list, because he has a bit of a cold. But you know what? If he's this while having a cold, I want to see him being at his like tip top shape, absolutely at hot. What the? I'm just
E-
like he was an amazing addition. We like the thing is generally we did not know he was like until that match he was an unquantifiable an asset to the team. We don't know really because we never really see him in action. And after this, what a performance from him! Honestly, it's just because with him, we feel like, oh, okay, we have another person we can depend upon, if needs be. But no, he was just amazing overall. What can I say about him?
I mean, you said everything, man. I mean, you guys all played great. I think it's across the board. Y'all played great. So I maybe elaborate a little bit on like you guys. You said you had played a ton as a team. Is that what I heard?
Nothing. Like not big dogs. I bet there was a little bit, but with all the guys here, not that much, if any. So we did that. We saw how it went. Yeah. So we decided the first lineup, and that was the first lineup. I expected maybe it would be a little bit rough, but no, we kind of apart from some defensive blunders, because honestly the other team they were scary at parts, but we were able to react, but yeah, react to most of them. Although we could see some goals, but we were able to respond to them in the equal in a way that we're able to mitigate that. But regardless, the team played amazingly. Like Pones is Pones, and honestly, I'm happy that the Skyline got the first goal for the team. Honestly, great player. Honestly, I think we all look forward to seeing him more often and everything. Pones is Pones, always reliable. Saint, he was okay. He was more like kind of like the middle, and if you looked at the end of every match, he'd either be in the middle or at the last place. It's like he's a good player. And then Pico David or whatever Playboy Farty, he was playing pretty good as well. Like for first match, a little bit got to get that little rust off, and then we hit him with the little rust off spray. In the next match, he played pretty solidly. So I'm happy to see him. Get into it. And then in regards to the comms with this team, pretty good, pretty solid. Um, Honestly, I felt like that probably was the difference between like scoring 3 goals to scoring 2 goals for this team. And yeah, amazing team. Let's see. Oh shit. Yeah. No. Yeah. We gave Playboy Fighty that Rusty's. Shout out to Lightning McQueen.
Real. That's real. I think he's got. I don't know if he has the Rocket League car, Lightning McQueen, but I mean, he might have to play with it. Uh,
Yeah.
in the next series or something. But I think I have one more question for you, Saint, because you kind of answered all my questions that I had written down. I
Shit.
guess
Say it.
obviously you have a sweep to open this season, and obviously that's incredible. But how do you guys build from here? Like obviously you guys have a lot of good things, a lot of positives to take away from this, but like how do you build off of this performance?
Well, I feel like it's just a case of like what I said before. Like before, I don't know. It was maybe Pones and David. No, I didn't know personally, so I wouldn't really speak for them. Yes, I am the Waffle House. Thank you very much. But like now we know that okay, we have another player, a really good player, and Skyline to depend upon. And I'm like, okay, great. So that brings the team more confidence. We realized that we had have you I mean you've seen the double commits, you've seen the errors. So wait, oh god, that was a bit too much Waterloo in me. But I'm just saying, so with that, we can just be like, okay, we're just gonna improve in communications. We're just gonna see who has the ball, who doesn't, and maybe that will prevent it'll prevent a good amount of these double commits, and then we'll be much more efficient. We might have to get overtime Saint though. We might have to tell him to like hit the ball down and not up. He could have scored at least a couple more times, but you know how he is with aerials. Um, but yeah, no, this team is really hopeful. I mean, it's quite a great team, I would say, and the fact that there's a second division, I feel like this division where like maybe some people that like for example, back on EM, I wouldn't get that much game time. Pones, he probably would get some game time. But yeah, he's pretty good, honestly. Honestly, Scotland, low key, might actually get more game time than me, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were at least given a chance to play and enjoy ourselves, and I think that's what truly matters. We're just having a good old time, enjoy ourselves. David out there with the assists. Like, is there like a Ballon d'Or for assists, this man? I don't know. This man is just. I don't know how you say it. I don't know. He's like the Ozil, if you will, for this team, bro. Just like he just prefers assists. Like I don't know. He's just that much of a charitable man between you and me. Great guy. Let's see what else. See, anyone else I want to see? Do I have to shout out anyone?
I was gonna say you can just roll into shout outs, yeah, because like I said, that was my last question. So if you want to shout out, the floor is yours, my man.
Okay, let's see. Shout out to the broadcast team. I forgot. Shout out to whoever Loki watched the whole who said the whole Aegis is blocking them balls with no boost. Loki, that thank you for helping with my ego a little bit. Thank you to this whole league, because honestly, goddamn, this is so fun. Like, I just love it. Shout out to my coach Teresa, making sure I'm always on top of everything and stuff. And then what else? And shout out to Waterloo for this amazing drink. And yeah, that's all. Oh, a shout out to Young Boy, NBA Young Boy. Yeah, that's all.
Love it, Mr. Overtime. Saying it's always a pleasure having you in the booth, my man.
Likewise.
Have a good night, my man, and congrats on the win. Congrats on the sweep.
Thank you. Till next time, guys.
That was Overtime Saint from EM Big Dogs, man. I swear I had questions for him, and he answered all of them. So I'm kind of glad I didn't have to speak as much as I did, because he rolled right into everything I wanted to talk about. So just a quick recap once again, if you are just tuning in, we still have one more match to go, guys. We are not done with Rocket League. We had Axon Rose and EM Big Dogs. It was EM Big Dogs taking the sweep there. Once again, like I said, just didn't feel like a sweep. Felt like Axon Rose played really, really well, but nonetheless, the scoreboard is what matters the most at the end of the day, and it was EM Big Dogs with the sweep there. And of course, the other EM team also playing El Matador taking on Rebellion, and that one also maybe it felt a little bit more like a sweep, but definitely had that overtime in Game 3 that had us all on the edge of our seats there. But it is, yeah, once again, going to be a sweep for EM as well. So congratulations to both EM teams. And but I think for the other teams, like I mentioned before, I think you just gotta keep your head high. Like, those are really, really good starts to this season. And yeah, like I said, we are not done, guys. We have one more match to go. It's gonna kick off in about 15 minutes. We've got EC Defiance taking on Los Verdes there in the middle right part of your screen. They're part of our SGL Championship League format. And while the Rocket League may be continuing, I unfortunately will not be continuing. I am going to pass the torch onwards to Mr. Maz, who actually has a lot to talk about, because he's obviously the guru of the league, and he's going to talk about kind of some of the format changes that's happening in SGL Season 9 compared to past seasons, because we've got a ton of teams now and everything and all that sort of stuff. So Maz, if you are ready, good sir, I'm gonna pass the torch to you. And once again, congrats to both EM squads for taking the win tonight.
Yes, thank you for that, Rydog, and thank you for commentating our first two matches of the season tonight. Really appreciate it, and I hope you had a blast in the commentary booth.
Oh, absolutely! I can't wait to do this again. We run it back. Let's do it again.
Heck yeah! So, folks, that was Rydog. I'm gonna be filling in for the rest of the night. Gonna be commentating on the third match in SGL Championship between Emerald City Defiance and Los Verdes. So, folks, the match is about 10 minutes away, but I need to highlight a few changes that we've had since Season 8. So, for those of you who were around last year, for both Season 7 and 8, we had one division where all the teams were put together into one league, and they all played against each other. Now that we've had a good number of teams coming in, 13 teams in total, we decided to split them up into two divisions for extra parity, and also to get, some more games in with fair matchups, so that people feel like they don't need to worry about just how much they lose by. And that's why you're seeing two tiers. Premier on the left in red is the higher tier with more skilled competitive teams, and then Championship at the right. And that's the lower tier with teams that don't have as high a skill level as the teams in the Premier, but they're still solid and they're still good teams overall. So with this, we have also had a slight change to how we ran things in Season 8. In Season 8, we had a league going into the playoffs. But now, instead of doing that, we have two tournaments once again. as we did in Season 7. We have now a league campaign with a league championship on the line for both the Premier and the Championship, and then both teams will have a chance to compete for the Cup in their respective tier. So 2 championships on the line, we could potentially get 4 total champions, depending on how these tournaments go this season. Right, so for the Cup format, we will be deciding on that as a community in a bit. Right now, we have the league fleshed out. We have all of that good to go. And honestly, you know what? I do want to shout out K Doughboy once again for this incredible interface. I mean, just look at how awesome this looks. You have all the matches lined up. You know when they're being played out. You also know which one of these matches are on the stream. So anything with a little glitch icon is going to be on Twitch. Like the first 3 matches that we have here highlighted in gold for its timestamps. And then the 4th one that's going to be on stream is the Locals versus Timbers Army in a couple of days. And yes, that'll be on stream as well. So, we do have some stats loaded in. How about we just take a look at the player stats for now, if possible, for each respective league, starting with the championship. I want to see if everything's been summed up at all. And I don't believe that's not ready yet, so we're gonna pass on that for now. But I wanted to show that off as well. This overlay has been revamped completely, and I really wanted to show, like, you know, how much has changed in terms of the overall presentation. Everything is way cleaner, way more consistent, and honestly, I can't wait to see, you know, everything be fleshed out as the season progresses. With that said, we can take a look at the league standings to see the full list of teams per tier. So how about we start off with the Premier tier, the top tier, to see which teams are in there right now. So you have El Matador leading the way after their sweep. And then ECS Eternal, if you're looking at that, you're thinking, is this another brand new Seattle team? Yes and no. Their branding has changed. But this is the team formerly known as Emerald City Blue. Their roster isn't the exact same as before. They have had a few changes, but we'll save that as a surprise for next week when they get their matchup, when they get their first matchup of the season. Then you have Emerald City RC, KC Cauldron, the Locals, Timbers Army, and last but not least, the Rebellion. Rebellion, unfortunately, being at the bottom of the table after the loss against El Matador. Those are the 7 teams in SGL Premier. And as I mentioned earlier, we have 13 teams in total, so Championship has the remaining 6 teams. You have Big Dogs at the top of the table. Now, you have Big Dogs is a team that's associated with FC Dallas, as you may have seen with some of the familiar players playing in that first matchup in Ponzi, Overtime Saint, and Pico David. Black and Gold Old Timers is associated with Los Angeles FC. You could consider them as a successor club to Black Army from last season, but the roster is completely different. I mean, this is pretty much a brand new team. They only have 1 player coming in from Black Army, the Black Army team of last season, but everyone else is brand new compared to Season 8. Then you have EC Defiance coming in, Los Verdes with a new lineup themselves. They've had a lot of changes coming in. Steel Army, ever familiar. And then Axe and Rose SC, the brand new Portland Timbers team with only 1 familiar face in AGD Delight, a goddamn delight, and then everyone else is brand new. So as you can tell, folks, there are a lot of new players coming in this season, and we've had, you know, quite a bit of interest for this season, so we've had to split it up into 2 leagues so that people can have more fair matchups. And the best part about this overlay is we don't need to switch between one league and another. We can see them both up front at once. Right. So we still have about 5 more minutes until the next matchup. You know what? It might be a good time to just take a little quick break. By the time we're back, we will be kicking off the next matchup, folks. This will give us a chance to set things up for the final match of the night, and also give you guys a chance to just take a step back, get a drink, get something to eat as well. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, folks. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back very shortly.
The sky was burning. The clouds red with twisted fire. Lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything. Like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil. Like a fire vortex.
Welcome back, folks, for our final match of the night. This is an SGL Championship League match between Emerald City Defiance of Seattle Sounders and Los Verdes of Austin FC. This is our second match of the SGL Championship League on the stream and in this week. And folks, this is going to be a good one because we have two teams that I'd say are quite close in overall ability. And, you know, given how well EC Defiance has progressed and how with the new players that Los Verdes has brought in, I could see this being a close match. I don't think this is going to go to 5 games, so I think one team's going to overpower the other and see it off, just because Los Verdes has too many new players. And, you know, EC Defiance, whilst they have consistency, whilst they have, you know, an overall improvement from last season, Los Verdes did bring in a bunch of new players who might have the X factor that EC Defiance might not have any answer for. So, this could go either way. I think 4 games, either for Los Verdes or EC Defiance. I honestly don't know. It depends on how game 1 goes, in my opinion. With that said, we are just about ready to go. I'd see us sort out a few kicks behind the scenes, and then we'll dive right into our first game of the night, of this match. Right, folks, we are ready to go as the clock ticks down. Game 1, here we go between Emerald City Defiance and Los Verdes. Good start by Los Verdes, but they immediately back out and concede the ball to Nose, always Nose, of Emerald City Defiance, and now Parks takes over, but a nice 50 right there. Bernardo needs to be careful. He doesn't pay attention to his surroundings, and Elite Stroker comes in, gets his first goal of SGL this season. Nice dunk right there, showing the instant aggression after backing off initially, but both sides have woken up. EC Defiance now know what to expect. They now know what they're dealing with here with this Los Verdes team. Elite Stroker is one of the new players this season. Joined by Devin, a familiar face, as well as Trigger. 2 good players, flanked by a decent third, but they're just not able to deal with that ball floating at the top. And Parks comes in and gets the equalizer instantly. Folks, what a good start this has been. We have just got over 30 seconds. 1-1, both sides looking good going forward. A little bit of shakiness at the back, but I'm sure they'll be able to sort that out as they grow into this game. As a reminder, we've just started this match. We've just started the season, so both teams, I'm sure, are still dealing with a little bit of rust. You know, still trying to get familiar with each other and having to learn the opposition once again as well. Ball's loose in the midfield. Devin's going back and letting Stroker take charge. Booms it to the other end. Nose with a nice drop down pass to Parks, who then clears it to the other end. No third to follow up. Bernardo's kind of lagging behind. Parks then goes for his own shot. Bernardo with a shot off of the post, and this ball just stays on the line. Parks just couldn't get the second touch in. Second chance though. Bernardo had the better angle, but Nose tried to go for his own shot on goal. And once again, that shot goes off target. EC Defiance are looking really good. Surely they can get their second goal here. Big save from Stroker. Now Nose gets in a shot. Devin clears it out. Stroker to the other end. Trigger though needs to be wary of this. This is a shot back on goal. A great pressure right there from EC Defiance as the ball once again bounces off the crossbar. EC Defiance, surely they're gonna get that second goal. Surely, but for now, Los Verdes hold on. Man, what a sequence that was. I thought for sure that EC Defiance was going to get their second, but it is Los Verdes who make their chances count. Devin comes right in from the midfield and dunks on Nose, who waits a bit too long to get to that ball. And with 2 minutes elapsed, 2-1 to Los Verdes in Game 1 of this SGL Championship League campaign. Both teams have honestly looked pretty solid. Los Verdes, I'm surprised by how sharp they look right now. These guys are looking way better than they've ever been. You know, Devin last season, he barely played, was looking really rusty when he started to get back into it towards the end of last season. Trigger has been very consistent right here, looking quite good, laying the foundation, and Stroker coming in, providing the X factor, and so far, Los Verdes have held on. But this EC Defiance team are not giving up. They're huffing and puffing, but so far, they're not able to blow that defensive wall down at the back, but surely they'll get the second with the number of chances that they have right here, folks. Verde gets it off of the left wall, plays it, tries to play it off the backboard, but good challenge right there from Devin. Trigger tries to bring it out, but he cannot go too far. Nice bump by Devin to alleviate that Emerald City Defiance attack. Nose resetting on the left flank. Beats one. Devin trying to go for a demo. Does not get anyone. This ball's going in towards the net, and Verde forces it in for the equalizer with less than 2 minutes to go. Really good effort, really good enterprising Rocket League play right there by Emerald City Defiance. They're very proactive while Los Verdes just start to fall back further and further, try to hold on to their lead. And you know, it's really tough to defend in Rocket League, really tough to hold on. You need to rotate well, keep your boost up too. It's not easy at all, and Los Verdes are learning this the hard way. And now it's their turn to go on the attack with Emerald City Defiance sitting back at the moment. Nice clearance into the midfield. Goes with a nice first touch. Is he going to get a double? He tries to get a double, but he pinches it off the backboard. Verde has taken up a good position on the right flank. Gets a decent first touch. Devin, though, gets away with that loose touch. Beats one. Has the net at his mercy, but he cannot get a powerful enough shot on Parks. Parks with a nice save. Gets demoed for his trouble. And now it's Verde coming in the other way. Broker clears it away. Nose has to get there. Faces one challenge, gets off the wall, plays it right into the middle. No one from EC Defiance there to follow it up. Devin gets it out to the other end, and now it's Los Verdes' turn to look for a winner right here. Verde using all of his boost to get that ball away. Follow up from his teammate, but now Parks needs to clear this out, and that he does. Los Verdes with solid rotations, but they're just not quick enough to get to that ball, as Emerald City Defiance have a chance, but even Verde couldn't get to it. Stroker going to the other end with 30 seconds to go. How much more do both of these teams have? Can they hold on to overtime, or will we see a game winner? And so far, folks, this has been a really evenly matched contest. If you look at the scoreboard, both teams are looking very similar. We'll see that at the end. On my end, they're looking very similar in terms of score distributions. As the clock ticks down, we are going into overtime. Not yet, though. That ball is still in the air. Parks, he has a chance. Can he get the game winner? No, Stroker saves it. Verde off the backboard. Is there a third to follow up? Weak to effort. Parks then takes it out to the side, tries to pass it to Nose. And folks, we are in overtime in game number 1. It's all about this early setup. And right now, Los Verdes lost control of the ball just as they got a decent kickoff. Devin gets a big challenge into the midfield. Shot on net from Bird. Stroker, though, gets it away. Parks keeps up the pressure. Nose, can he get a strong, powerful effort? No, he cannot. He actually takes it all the way out wide. And that allows Los Verdes to clear the ball out into the midfield. Parks, though, keeps up the pressure from the midfield line. Devin clears it out, but can he get a second touch to keep control? He doesn't have any boost. He lets the ball go to Nose. This ball is going into the back of the net by Verde, and we have a game winner from EC Defiance. For some reason, both Los Verdes players were sitting back on the net. No one really coming out to engage with that. I think there was just some messy communications right there, and EC Defiance take advantage as they win Game 1 right here in this SGL Championship matchup. Oh, what a closely contested effort right there, folks. Both teams looking really good, but Bird not made the difference in the end. And honestly, I feel like he deserved the game winner. The dude was looking really good going forward. Really good rotations, really good challenges overall. And I cannot wait for this game too. It's going to be fantastic, folks. Now, Los Verdes had a good start. They had some potential in their game, but then they started to drop back and concede the midfield to EC Defiance. And when you do that to these Emerald City teams, folks, you are going to lose the battle, and that they did in this game one. So let's see how game 2 unfolds. Now, folks, I wish I could commentate for the rest of the night, but I cannot. Rydog was solo commentating for the longest time, and I'm going to have to give it up right now because that's all I got. I'm still not feeling good. We do have another commentator taking my place, so I'll pass it on to Toad Death. Toad Death, welcome aboard, and you can take over from here.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Maz. I hope you feel better. Sounders game just ended, so I'm ready to hop on. Oh, I think we've got people backing out. Stuff's happening. Okay. I think we're going for a lobby reset, maybe? Not totally sure. Looks like we're just waiting for possibly Green Mario, and then we're good to go. Let's see here. Sorry about the delay, folks. If any Sounders fans are joining us after the game, I'm sorry. I feel bad too. We're sitting in lobby. We've got Green Mario, Bird Nana, and Nose. So it looks like ECD's good to go. We've got Devin, Elite Stroker. That's an amazing name, by the way. That's fantastic. I'll have to get used to some of these brand new names. Let's pull up chat. How are we doing out here as we're waiting for things to get going? I'm sure Rydog's lurking. Yep, he's a lurker. He's in there. Oh, I think we're getting ready now. All right. So, for EC Defiance, we're getting Bird Nana, Nose, and Green Mario, and then Los Verdes, Devin, Elite Stroker, and Trigga. So I guess we were waiting on Trigga to hop back in. Early ball in. What a save from Green Mario. I had the pleasure of being his twos partner for a while. He's definitely, I think I've seen quite a bit of improvement from him recently. So we should see a very competitive season out of EC Defiance. I know last year was tough. It was tough. And they were in their chat day and night, training, practicing, preparing for the moment they can take revenge. And you know what? I think the moment's arrived. Ball in. Green Mario with the follow-up. We're still waiting on those post sound. I don't think. Actually, you know what? Does the post make a sound in the update? I'll be curious to know, or if it's just crossbar. Nose plays out of trouble. Elite Stroker. It's a superb name still. Into the corner. Pass into Green Mario. Doesn't get the connection he wants. Oh my gosh. Nosy always knows. Good grief. With the dunk. You know what? I'm going to say he predicted out. I don't want to say it was all luck because he soared up there like an eagle and got his just desserts. Trigga into the middle. Green Mario had a possible open net. Laid it off for Nose Always Knows. This is a revitalized EC Defiance team. Los Verdes not looking their best. We've seen them play better, and we might see them play better later on here. It's only 1 goal difference. Only 1 goal separating this game. Only 1 goal separating the last game. Ball in. Good defense from Trigga. Nose takes to the skies. Devins on the backboard. Ball in. Oh no. Everybody on EC Defiance goes for it. Breakaway the other direction. Los Verdes finds themselves back on defense somehow. You'd expect them to capitalize on that opportunity, but ball doesn't bounce their way. Nose has an empty net shot, possibly. Puts it up high where there were actually cars waiting. Green Mario turning early on defense. Devin's sitting under it. It's awkward for him. Green Mario picks his pocket. Oh, sorry, it's Green Mario question mark? Green Mario puts the ball up. Trigga brings it out of defense. Green Mario says no. Oh no! It's a miscue on defense. Didn't quite have the momentum, and Birdnana comes flying in. Elite Stroker, if he has even 5 boosts, can clear that out of the way. But unfortunately for him, doesn't have what it takes on this occasion. And EC Defiance is solidly in the lead for now. I fully expect Los Verdes to get some momentum going back the other way. Ball into the middle. It's putzing around there. It's kind of a tee up way on orange half here and just smacks the heck out of it, forcing a pretty decent save. Played over Devin. Trigga gets dusted. Oh, that's a great save from Elite Stroker. Oh, a ball in. Unfortunately, that's the wrong color car. And even more unfortunately, the open net. The open net 2? I think EC Defiance also 2. Oh, awkward defense. Nose always knows. Can't possibly miss from that distance. Makes it a very confident 3-0 lead, especially after what was a cagey first game to find themselves 3-0 up. Bit surprising. I'm a bit shocked. Birdnana bringing it out of defense. Hello? Who is this? They really have been practicing. Good to see some demos coming out. Devin backboard defense. 0 boost. Does pretty good. Nose puts a ball in over Bird. There for the cleanup, but Devin playing really smart right now. Oh, Elite Stroker's not going to want to do that. Nose putting the ball in a really dangerous area. There's Bird. Green Mario's going to go for it. He says, why not? Trigga's in such an awkward territory. And they make their way out of it. Devin's doing a lot of work right now. A lot of the behind-the-scenes action. Not sure if his effort's going to be reflected on the scoreboard, but shout out Devin. He's definitely giving it his all right now. But it wasn't enough. EC Defiance, 3-0. Oh, that's a cool car. Is that like a Lambo over there? Very cool. 3-0 win. Nose always knows, collecting man of the match with 2 goals and 7 shots. Oh my gosh. This was an onslaught coming from EC Defiance. Los Verdes looking to change things up. Maybe a substitution coming. Oh yeah, we look at that goal here. Or I don't know if you guys can see it, but I was looking at that first goal that I think it was Nose always scored, dunking Los Verdes right over the mouth of their goal. I want to see that one clipped somewhere. Oh no, you guys are looking at this beautiful new game stats. I was busy watching the Sounders, so I'm sure I missed all the new stuff. So this is brand new to me. This is slick. 420 points out of nose. Need I say more? Here we are. We're going to hop into game 3 once everybody is loaded in and ready to go. I'm assuming we're going to roll out the same lineup. Green Mario, Nose always knows. Oh, there's Parks. Okay, so maybe not the same loadout. Hophead's coming in, possibly, for Los Verdes. Interesting. So we've got some subs incoming. We'll see how that plays out here. They're ready to load in. EC Defiance leading the series 2-0 against a Los Verdes who is a little underperforming right now. I'm expecting them to come out really strong here in game 3. Little fake coming out from Devin. Green Mario rushing back. Oh, that ball in could have been really, really good for Los Verdes. Oh, great ball in from Devin. It's awkward to defend, but not a second or third man from Los Verdes going for that one. Bit shocking. Nose, maybe fakes going up. Waits a beat and can reach that ball as it gets lowered back down to the ground. Nose always knows in last. Elite gets stuffed on the attack, but it's not done. It's going back the other way. It's going end to end right now. There's not too much of a real attack mounting as Devin just crushes that 50. And it's awkward. The positioning is not quite there right now from Los Verdes. I'm not sure if this is a chemistry issue or if maybe EC Defiance is just finding the empty part of the field. Devin, great ball over the top. He wants to follow it. Again, I think it's a 5 boost issue. 5 more and he gets it. Pop head, that's always so tough going back to your own net. Ball's coming over your shoulder with 0 boost. Parks hits a nice little chip shot. Yeah, I can't really criticize him too much. That's just a nice spot from Parks. And chipping it over makes the goal almost assured. It's good to see him back in action. It's good to see SGL back in action, actually. Green Mario puts a smart ball in. If things were to end right now, it's going to be a 3-0 series win for EC Defiance, and that is, well, okay, it might actually end that way. Parks getting a double. He's going to make it 2-0 to EC Defiance. And there's quite a mountain for Los Verdes to climb if they want to get points out of this series. Barring any abnormal changes, it's 1 point for a win. So, if Los Verdes can just get a win in this game, they're going to come away with 1 point no matter what. Oh my gosh. Green Mario, he just bamboozles them here. No one would expect a little chipper, a little chop shot from his own half. Everybody's bamboozled. We got to get team chemistry back up. This is a Los Verdes team that is looking a bit awkward right now. And this is an ECD team that looks extremely comfortable with each other. Elite. This is another double commit between the Hophead and Elite Stroker. Devin doing the defense thing back there. Taking what is a clearance and collecting it into a pass. Parks coming out of his own defense. Can't make it very far. Elite Stroker's on 0 boost and Parks just nudges him out of the way. Doesn't care to be friends. Devin getting a 50. I'm not sure if he won it or lost it because that's going straight over their goal. Green Mario maybe plays that one a little backwards from what he wanted. Nose facing up against Hophead. Who's going to win that 50? It's not even a 50. Hophead just beats him right to the ball. We're going to need to see some offensive prowess if we want overtime or even just one goal right now. This is kind of a commanding lead for EC Defiance, who week one could get their first win of the season. That's awesome stuff after a really disappointing last season for them. Little whiff out of Hophead. Devin's giving it his all. Parks puts the ball in. Devin half clears it. Oh, it's just relentless. Oh, off the post. Green Mario did not want to wait for that ball to come into the proper shooting territory. He's thinking, I can squeeze that in. It's fine. Devin plays in what I thought was going to be comfortable. That was a pretty well-placed shot. Devin taking it off of Elite Stroker. I'm not sure if that's the strategy. Hophead's got the boost and is not alive anymore. No says my bad. Parks with 0 up against Devin, also with 0. Let's see what Devin can do here. He plays the ball forward. There's really no Los Verdes teammate lurking to try to collect off that pass, but there should be. There's 20 seconds left, 3-goal deficit to make up. It's really, well, it's not even now or never. It's like a minute ago or never. 10 seconds left. The countdown's begun. It's really just about pride right now. Nose has got to up the wall with 0 boost. It's like a quad commit, and EC Defiance finally gets a win in SGL. It's been months. It's been coming. They've been training day after day to see them in chat. It's been, I mean, what a relief, I'm sure. EC Defiance confidently taking it 3-0 over a Los Verdes side that I kind of am a bit surprised with. I'm not sure what was going on with them. Maybe they're missing some key players. I'm not sure who's on their roster this season. I guess I can check really quick. Let's see. Los Verdes, who's on their roster? We're missing Palace and Bastion. I think he's a new one, unless I'm really off my rocker. But yeah, Palace, not there today. Bastion, not there today. That would lead Devin probably to be their next best player, and he was. He definitely was. Let's see. We're going to look at schedule and standings here in a second. I'm hoping everybody had a good stream. A triple header in classic SGL fashion. Okay, here we are. So El Matador, I did catch part of this one. El Matador took down the Rebellion 3-0. EM Big Dogs, a new team, taken down Axe and Rose SC. Wait, wait. What's going on? Okay, Axe and Rose SC. Is this the old logo from Timber's Army? And then Timber's Army has their new logo? I think that's what's going on here. Okay. So EM Big Dogs takes down Axe and Rose SC 3-0 in a sweep. And then you're never going to believe it, guys. 3 sweeps in one day. EC Defiance takes down Los Verdes 3-0. So if things hold, the rest of this whole league is going to be full of sweeps. I'm not quite expecting that to be the case. But you never know. What are the odds anyway? Probably not very good. All right. So we've got coming up, we've got Locals versus Timber's Army. Oh, looks like it's already scheduled for Thursday at 11. I'm assuming is that 11 Eastern? Maybe. Let me see. Let me do quick mental math. I think that's who knows? Who knows anymore? They're all in Eastern time. Okay. So we're looking at 11 p.m. Eastern. So for these look like West Coast teams. So whatever. Subtract 3 hours. Do the math. 8 p.m. West Coast time. 2 interviews coming up. We have Bird Nana coming in for EC Defiance, and then we'll get to Los Verdes. But I'm going to welcome in Bird after an amazing, amazing performance. So give it up. Give it up for Bird. What a great game. He's not coming in. Come on, Bird. Flap on in here. There he is.
Oh, there I am. Hello.
Oh my gosh, Bird. How are you? What's the vibe like? The vibe wasn't very good, I guess. Okay. We'll wait for him to come back.
Yeah, sorry. I'm being interrupted by
Are you
my.
here to stay?
Anyways, yeah, sorry. We're just really excited to
Welcome in.
get the ECD and
Oh my gosh, Bird.
hello. Hello.
Hello.
My Discord's wigging out.
Holy cow. Okay, we've got you for 30-second increments. Tell me, what's the vibe like?
The vibe's great. We're super excited over the first series dub. It's just all around just a good time. We've been playing a lot together, working real hard towards it, and I think it really showed there. We had a lot of good teamwork, just a lot of chemistry that just was smooth on the field.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt.
we're excited
mean,
for the next game.
I was going to say, so I don't know if we've done the math already, but how many days has it been since your last SGL win? Like your last league SGL win?
The league SGL win? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many days. I don't keep track of that stuff. I just put it behind me.
It's behind. It doesn't matter.
I play too many games of Rocket League where I lose to keep track of my losses.
That's right. I think it's Roger Federer who says you got to have a short-term memory. And I guess it's tennis, but Rocket League and tennis are practically the same sport.
Federer,
So
Michael Scott. There you go.
it's been more than a week though, and that's all that matters. So take it 1 week at a time, as they always say. Do you know who your next opponent is off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head, I do not.
I don't even know. Hang on,
I have the easiest access to this
let me
game,
look
so
it
I'm
up.
not super worried.
I'm sure I could figure this out. Let's see here. Oh
Week
my
2.
gosh.
We play Steel Army.
Steel Army.
That has debit, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Debit's still on Steel
Yes.
Army. I remember last season that one was a turning point for Steel Army, and they just went on a route, charging up the table end of last season. So tough opponent. If I'm looking at the rosters correctly, they don't have really any roster turnover. So it's gonna be the exact same squad. How do you feel going against a Steel Army this season compared to last season?
I'm definitely a lot more comfortable. We were pulling out wins, just single match wins, but against the top teams on the table last year. And that's just something that we hold on to for sure. Like, hey, we can pull out at least one win against the top team. Why can't we pull more than one against one of the lower teams? And so I think we're just a lot smoother and more comfortable as a team this season. So it's definitely going to be a different game.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'll bring it back to this week, right? Because again, gotta take it 1 week at a time. Coming into this series, what did you expect out of it? Did you expect 4 points, and did you expect a sweep?
I expected 4 points. I did not expect a sweep. That was a welcome surprise, but I expected the win. We were confident. The vibes were there. We were all clicking. We were gonna win. It was our
No,
match.
it was clicking. I saw it. It was click clacking everywhere. But I was thinking of one. It was Nose who took to the skies and had a massive dunk against their defense, and it just went straight in. Was that a vibes boost, or was that just kind of like par for the course pressures mounting,
Definitely.
these
I
goals
know
are going in.
exactly what you're talking about, and I think it was in that moment I said to Nose, they're gonna have to start promotion relegation just because of us. And so it's a big vibe check right there for our team when he pulls shit like that.
Yeah, that was massive. That was a
Yeah,
vibe
that
boost.
was yeah, he's a star player. He's MVP in my book. He played, I think, every single match. He had a massive redirect save off the back to Parks, who just put it in because Los Verdes triple committed up there, and he just had to tap it in. He was huge everywhere on the field. He's going to be seeing a lot of games.
For sure, for sure. Do you have a man of the match? Just straight from Bird. Who's your man of the match?
Definitely knows. Like, I just got done
Right.
praising him. I don't know what else I could say about him. There's just, he passes well. He's reading the ball. He's reading his teammates, not just his teammates, but the enemy team, so he knows where to be. He's got a big IQ for a Rose player, for a Rocket League player. He's got a big mind.
Yeah, for sure. Did you happen to see the real life Sounders game, by the way?
You know what? No, because I'm a big Gonzaga fan. Which shout out, they just beat St. Mary's in the WCC Conference Championship
That's crazy. Well, good on you. That was one to skip, so
game.
totally fine. But you know what? Okay, do you have anything you want to say to the people? Any shout outs? Go for it.
Shout outs, go Zags. Yeah, also go ECD. Big dub.
For sure. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, Bird. I appreciate you winning, getting that win right off like week 1. That's pretty sick. So,
Yeah, monkey off the back.
all the best. All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Big thanks to Bird. I think next up for Los Verdes, we have Elite Stroker, who is this a situation of a name change or is this a new player in the league? So that's going to be one because is this like a IT Polar situation? It's Elite Stroker. Hello.
Here.
Do I know you or are you new in the league?
I'm new.
Okay, got you. Because
Just making the league better.
People change their names all the time, and it's going to be like, oh, I'm actually Debit. Okay, you know what? Anyway, great to meet
Yeah.
you. Sorry that this is the way we got to meet. It's a rough 3-0 sweep.
Yeah,
Vibe
obviously
check.
it was rigged.
How are it was rigged. How are we doing?
So, me myself, I was lagging the entire game. I was also playing with one hand. And yeah,
was the
so
other
I
hand
don't know. It's
doing?
not very good because we lost all 3 games. But yeah,
What was the other hand doing?
eat a goldfish.
Got it. For sure. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, but I had to hold back because I wanted to make it fun for the other team.
Yeah. Well, you know who held back was Palace. Where is this guy?
Oh, he's getting double Daves. That's what he said in our chat.
Got it. Okay. And then I was looking at the roster. It looks like let me see real quick. By time. Bastion. Okay, so it looks like Palace and Bastion might be 2 of the better players on your roster. Is this true? And if not, why
Nah,
is it Elite
Bastion's-
Stroker?
Bastion's a trash. Like I destroy him every time I play against him, and he has
Got
to
it.
get like he plays with 2 controllers because it's so hard for him. But I'm the best player in the league because I'm a Cookie King disciple. I'm him, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah. Where did they even find you, by the way? Who recruited you?
Oh, Devin recruited me.
Nice.
I've been his friend for like 10 years since we came out of the womb. Not
Out of the
we, but like
womb.
yeah, because we're both 10. No, I'm kidding. So it's for 10 years. We met in daycare, and then like yeah, we just played games, and then we like hung out in real life, and then like he recruited me because we both played Rocket League, and we both live in Austin, and I go to the Austin FC games, and I like Austin FC, and then I joined, and now we're gonna win every game other than this.
Other than this one, it's going to be a
Yeah.
perfect run, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Sweeps all the way down.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Do you have
Yeah.
a hot take about Austin FC in this new 2025 season?
So I think if you put Austin FC in the World Cup, they'd win it.
Oh dang. Okay. Yeah.
And if you got everywhere, are we talking about like the real Austin FC or this Austin FC?
Is there's more than one?
Like the Rocket League or like
Oh no,
non-Rocket
you're
League?
Los
Okay.
Verdes. Austin FC.
I didn't know. All right. So basically, I think if you sat them all down in gaming chairs and put them in RLCS, they'd win. And then you
Oh,
give them
okay.
little like top hats
Yeah.
and maybe make
That
them
is a
naked.
hot take. I think that's the first one I've heard. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so, okay, coming out of this game, what did you expect going into it? Like, I'm assuming you're not the type of person expecting to get swept. So, before coming in, what did you think was going to happen?
Well, I obviously was holding back, so I knew it would have just been like, it would have been hard for us because I basically let them win. Like, I don't know if you guys watched the game, right? Like you guys were commentating.
I had
I'm
to
guessing.
watch it, I was
Yeah, I'm
required.
guessing you guys were like talking about how great I am, right?
If I had to be honest, I was really I was on the Devin train. So that was my next question was like, why was Devin your best player today?
Because he's lucky. He's actually really like he's horrible. I hate him. I'm just kidding. I don't hate him. He's horrible. He pays me $300 a month to give him training lessons.
I guess it's paying off.
Yeah, I just had to hold back.
Yeah. But no more
Yeah.
holding back anymore, I'm assuming. This was the last
Yeah.
week. Okay. Okay. What's the best lineup? This is my last question. So what is the ideal best 3 lineup for Los Verdes? I know it's week 1. It's probably too early to ask this. But just right off the rip, what's the best lineup?
All right, so if this was possible, I'd put me everywhere. Like all the positions, just me. No teammates hold me back. But that's not possible.
Unfortunately, you have to
Yeah.
have 2 teammates.
So
Just for
I
for the
choose-
thought experiment.
Me obviously, because I'm him. And then Hophead, he's just like the greatest player ever, and I aspire to be like him.
I have him as a
And-
gold 3. Is this true?
He's not gold. He's SSL. He ranked up.
Are you memeing me or do I have the wrong rank?
He just hit SSL. He was gold 3 like a week ago. He just started queuing with me and he went up to SSL.
But okay, so I have the right rank. Gotcha.
And then probably Palace, because I hate Devin.
Oh, really?
Devin, you can go in the bottom of the benches. I know you're watching this. And then if we could, I'd have Cookie King in the starting lineup.
Who is Cookie King?
He's like this really like buff, like he's buff. He mogs. He sells protein cookies. He's just him. Like if you had to think of like everything good in the world, it would be him.
Okay. Yeah, no, I you know what? Everything good? I got it. That's the Cookie King. I appreciate it. All right,
Yeah.
that's the end of my questions. Unfortunately, this could go on forever. But
I have a
wrapping it
question
up.
for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, shoot.
What's it called? How much better am I than everyone in the league? Like by like how many times multiplied am I?
Oh, by like a multiplying metric?
Yeah.
Oh, probably like -1.
-1.
-1. I'm thinking of
You
like
mean 1? Like positive?
No,
one?
no, -1.
No, you mean what? You mean positive 1?
No, I'm thinking of imaginary numbers because it's, it's just a game. It's just game. But no, okay. For last thing, give me a shout out. So the floor's yours. No, we don't need more Cookie King shout outs, but 10 seconds to give a shout out to all your people out there.
My boy Aaron Eltahan. He was in Egypt building the pyramids back when I was not alive. I gotta give respect to him. He's not in this league. That's where I came up from though. He trained me.
Okay, I appreciate it. They just give mics to anyone these days. Well, thank you for
What does
hopping
that
on,
mean?
Elite Stroker. It was a tough week, tough matchup, but I'm assuming next week things will go your way. Thanks for hopping on.
You're gonna see next week. I am great. I am great. I am.
All right, take care.
I wanna fly.
Okay. All right, thank you. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. If only every interview went like that, then I think we'd probably stop interviews. Oh my gosh. No, I'm sorry. I appreciate you, Elite Stroker. That was amazing. All right. Thank you guys for hopping on and listening to the waffle session. I think next week or in the next coming days we'll have co-commentators, I'm assuming, once Maz kills whatever's infecting him, and then the rest of everybody, wakes up and realizes it's SGL season. But thank you for hopping on. We've got a few more games coming up this week, and then of course, 13 more weeks of action in SGL. So we'll see you around. Thanks for hopping on. Take care.